Have you ever wondered why China is on the verge of overtaking the United States as the world's leading economy? This question has become increasingly pertinent as we witness a significant power shift in the global economy. The world's economic structure is not static. It's a dynamic entity, constantly evolving and adapting to new trends, technologies, and circumstances. The current trend? A shift in economic power from the West to the East. China, a country once known for its vast fields and rural landscapes, has transformed into an economic powerhouse. But how did this transformation occur? What are the driving forces behind this shift in global economic power? Firstly, we can't ignore the role of technological advancements. China has embraced technology like no other, investing heavily in innovation, research and development. From manufacturing to e-commerce, technology has become the backbone of China's economic success, propelling it to the forefront of the global stage. Secondly, the sheer size of China's labor force is an undeniable advantage. With over 1 billion people, China boasts a workforce that is not only large but also increasingly skilled. This human capital has been instrumental in driving China's economic growth, from labor-intensive industries to the more sophisticated sectors of the economy. Lastly, we cannot overlook the economic policies implemented by the Chinese government. From opening up their markets to foreign investment to implementing reforms aimed at modernizing their economy, these policies have played a crucial role in China's economic rise. The combination of these factors has propelled China to the brink of economic supremacy. But to fully comprehend this shift in global power, we cannot simply skim the surface. We must delve into the details, scrutinize the policies, and understand the strategies that have fueled China's economic ascent. To understand this, we need to dive deep into the timeline of China's economic growth. So, let's embark on this journey, shall we? China's economic journey was not always smooth, but it was certainly transformative. Let's rewind to 1949, a significant year in China's history as it marked the formation of the People's Republic of China, led by Mao Zedong. This was a time of radical change, with the new communist government nationalizing industry and collectivizing agriculture. The result? An estimated doubling of the economy by 1957. However, the road was not always paved with gold. The late 50s saw the launch of the Great Leap Forward, an ambitious campaign aiming to rapidly transform China from an agrarian economy into a socialist society through rapid industrialization and collectivization. But the plan backfired. Instead of progress, it led to the largest famine in human history, causing a significant economic contraction. A decade later, in 1966, China embarked on the Cultural Revolution. This was a socio-political movement, again led by Mao, aiming to preserve Chinese communism by purging remnants of capitalist and traditional elements from society. This decade-long period was marked by violent class struggle, widespread destruction of cultural artifacts, and an unprecedented upheaval in society. Economically, it led to stagnation, with the economy growing at a snail's pace. Despite these setbacks, China proved resilient. The years following the Cultural Revolution saw a gradual recovery, with the economy growing at a modest rate. The government was learning from its past mistakes and started implementing policies aimed at economic stability and growth. Yet, these years were only the prelude to the story of China's economic ascent. The real transformation happened when China started opening up its economy to the outside world, embracing market reforms and encouraging foreign investment. But that's a story for another scene. So from 1949 to 1978, China experienced a series of trials and tribulations. It was a period of massive socio-economic changes, some successful, others disastrous. But through it all, China was laying the groundwork for its future economic dominance. But the real economic revolution was yet to come. The year 1978 marked the beginning of a new era for China's economy. This was when Deng Xiaoping, a visionary leader, took the reins and embarked on a path of radical economic reform. The time had come to break away from traditional socialist policies and embrace a more market-oriented approach. Deng's economic strategy was two-pronged. First, he introduced a series of agricultural reforms that aimed at decentralizing the agricultural sector. Farmers were now allowed to sell their surplus produce in local markets, sparking an agricultural revolution that not only increased productivity, but also raised the living standards of millions of rural inhabitants. Secondly, Deng opened up the country to foreign investments, a move that was both audacious and unprecedented. He understood that in order for China to grow, it needed to tap into the technology, knowledge, and capital of the developed world. This led to the establishment of special economic zones, areas where foreign enterprises were offered tax incentives and fewer regulations to set up businesses. Shenzhen, once a small fishing village, was the first to be designated as a special economic zone. Today, it's a bustling metropolis, home to some of the world's biggest tech companies and a testament to the success of Deng's economic policies. Deng's reforms didn't stop at China's borders. In 2001, after years of negotiations, China finally gained entry into the World Trade Organization. This marked China's formal integration into the global economy and paved the way for it to become the world's largest exporter. The results of these reforms were nothing short of spectacular. China's economy grew at an average rate of about 10% per year, lifting hundreds of millions of people out of poverty. The country's GDP increased from less than $150 billion in 1978 to over $14 trillion in 2019, making it the second largest economy in the world. These reforms set the stage for China's rapid economic growth in the 21st century. The transformation of China from an impoverished nation to a global economic powerhouse is indeed a testament to the power of economic reform and the vision of a determined leadership. As we entered the 21st century, China's economy was ready to take off. It was a time of unprecedented growth and development for the Middle Kingdom. By the turn of the millennium, China had not only managed to stabilize its economy, but was also poised to make a quantum leap. In the early years of the century, China became the world's workshop. It was manufacturing everything from toys to televisions, clothes to computers, and exporting them to every corner of the globe. This industriousness eventually led to China surpassing Germany as the world's leading exporter in 2009, an achievement that signaled China's growing influence in the global economy. Then came another milestone in 2010. China's economy, riding high on the waves of its export success and massive domestic consumption, overtook Japan to become the world's second-largest economy. This was a moment of triumph for China, a testament to its strategic economic policies and a clear indication of its future trajectory. Fast forward to the mid-2010 ES, and China embarked on an ambitious project that further underscored its economic prowess: the Belt and Road Initiative. It's a massive infrastructure development endeavor aimed at boosting trade and stimulating economic growth across Asia and beyond. This initiative not only linked China with over 70 countries, but also positioned it as a global leader in infrastructure development and investment. Throughout these years, China's economy continued to grow at an impressive rate. Despite the occasional economic slowdown, it has consistently maintained a growth rate that outpaces most developed countries. It's a testament to the country's economic resilience and the effectiveness of its policies. From being a struggling economy in the late 20th century to becoming a global economic powerhouse in the 21st, China's economic journey has been nothing short of spectacular. It's a journey marked by strategic planning, astute economic reforms, and a relentless pursuit of growth. Now, China stands on the brink of becoming the world's leading economy. A position that once seemed unattainable is now within China's reach. It's a testament to the nation's economic prowess and a clear indication of the shifting balance of power in the global economic landscape. But what does China's economic rise mean for the rest of the world? As China's economy continues to grow, it's reshaping the global economic order. Historically, Western countries have dominated the global economy, but China's rise signals a shift towards the East. This new economic landscape could potentially challenge the economic influence of traditional powerhouses like the United States and Europe. China's economic growth is also reshaping global trade patterns. As the world's largest exporter and second largest importer, China is a vital link in the global supply chain. Its demand for raw materials and commodities has fueled growth in countries rich in these resources, while its exports of manufactured goods have reached every corner of the globe. Furthermore, China's rise has led to the creation of new trade routes known as the Belt and Road Initiative. This ambitious project aims to connect China with Europe, Africa, and the rest of Asia, facilitating trade and investment. This initiative could potentially alter the dynamics of global trade, making China an even more central player. Yet China's economic rise also presents potential challenges for other economies. For instance, countries heavily reliant on exporting to China could be vulnerable to changes in China's economic conditions. Moreover, China's technological advancements and its growing dominance in industries like telecommunications and artificial intelligence could pose competitive threats to other nations. On the other hand, China's growth also offers opportunities. Its large and increasingly affluent consumer market presents enormous potential for foreign businesses. Moreover, China's investments abroad, particularly in developing countries, can spur economic growth and development. However, it's important to note that China's economic rise is not without its own challenges. Issues such as income inequality, environmental degradation, and an aging population could potentially hinder its growth. While the future is uncertain, one thing is clear: China's economic journey is a story worth understanding.